All right, welcome back. Episode 10. Previously on Stormwreck Isle, arriving at the damp mouth of the Seagrow Caves at low tide, salt-laced air mixed with the earthy reek of decay and mushrooms, and the shadowed waters revealed the spore-servant octopus. Erowyn was quite determined to befriend it. Thankfully, perhaps its attacks were rather lackluster, and she was quite convinced it merely wished to hug her. Hobbs and Echo Fire began to fight it when new threats emerged from the dark cave ceiling. You discovered mosquito-like creatures called Sturges, and it took you a while to realize that flicking them off might actually be more effective than physically attacking yourselves. Then Thorn arrived by rowboat via an interesting run-in with a fume drake in the hot spring, but there was no time for him to regale you with his adventures. United again, you did emerge victorious, although Erowyn's hopes of gaining a new familiar were sadly dashed when she realized that the creature was no beast, but in fact a plant. Outside now, Thorn kneels by the corpse, knife in hand, carefully filleting the bloated octopus. The scent of brine and mushrooms thicken around him as rubbery tissue gives way beneath his blade. The rest of you pressed on. You entered a 50-foot-high cavern filled with multicolored fungi and the sickening smell of sulfur, and a violet mushroom stirred to life and reached out with curling tendrils. You defeated that. But your arrival and noise startled two Myconid sprouts. In their panic, one rushes up the natural stone staircase along the east wall, and the other heads west through a passageway. And when we left you last time, the three of you in the cave were following the one that had headed west through the passageway. And just a reminder that as you move deeper into the cave, you feel a sort of quiet awareness, and you find yourselves attuned to each other in a way that goes beyond words. It's not that anyone is reading minds, you can't hear each other's thoughts, you're not speaking telepathically, but you feel a sense of each other's emotional state, and even without speaking, you understand the tension, the curiosity, a certain amount of fear, a certain amount of excitement, and a shared intent to help. I'll drive Hobbs for now until Jason joins us. So for either of you, we have that little guy is basically headed running into this set of caves.
I think where we left off was Erowyn was perhaps foolhardily chasing the little Myconid, pleading with it that we're your friends and we're here to protect you. And our friend, the gardener, whose name escapes me right at this very second, sent us, and here's some food scraps that he gave us. Tarek, that's it. And I don't remember how convincing I'd been to the little Myconid, but it certainly kept running, I think, so I was just keeping up with it.
Yes, unfortunately, the sprout did not seem to waste any time listening to anything you had to say. It basically, it's running.
Okay.
And as you guys work out what you're going to do next, it will run into that chamber a little bit further.
Okay. And I think that I'd convinced the others not to attack it yet, because I think there was some conjecture about it being bad, but it's definitely a new friend, and since I can't have an octopus friend, then I might get some mushroom friends.
Yes, I think there was definitely an understanding between you. You'd explained to them that obviously the Myconids are meant to be friends, as per the conversation with
Mm,
Tarek, aside from anything else. And so, yes, I think there had been a little bit of confusion about Myconid sprout versus, for example, actual mushroom, like that violet one that
mm,
decided
mm,
it wanted to attack. But at this point in time, it certainly felt like you guys are chasing after this little sprout to try and communicate with it and try to help. You've been
mm,
sent down here on a mission after all.
Okay, well, in we go.
Let's get
Okay.
a marching
Echo
order.
Fire follows as well.
Yeah, Erowyn is she's
I'm
pretty
assuming
well.
Erowyn's up first just because she really
Yeah,
wants to
yeah,
get more friends.
basically, she's let's crack on. We're into this.
And so
And just,
as
I guess
you
she briefly pauses at the entrance to that chamber, but probably not enough to be stealthy.
Okay, so not enough to be stealthy. I might ask you as the person at the front for a perception check.
9.
Seems appropriate for someone who really is just focused on the little
Yeah,
sprout that she's chasing after.
yeah.
You yourself, essentially, as you're running into this cave, don't notice everything else. You just notice the sprout that you're chasing, and that there are now 3 other little Myconid sprouts that it's with. Those following behind you might notice a little bit more detail. In particular, Echo Fire, you'd notice that this cave reeks of rot and decay, and the floor is covered with decaying vegetable. There are 3 small mushroom folk working in the filth, and the one that has been essentially chased in here has joined it. I can ask you for a perception check on the way in. Slightly more perceptive than your friend who's rushed in headlong. I will comment that in the southwest corner of the cave, a bulbous object the size of a cart clings to the wall and ceiling, and it glistens like a glob of jelly. That's down here.
Does it look like it's breathing?
No.
Good.
Do you point it out to anyone else, or do you just assume you're okay at the moment because it doesn't appear to be breathing?
Oh no, Echo Fire is definitely going to point out this jelly blob. Do you reckon that looks like a tasty snack, or do you reckon it looks like a danger blob?
Ooh. Now, the two aren't mutually exclusive.
Very true.
Accurate. Sometimes danger blobs are actually tasty snacks. Sometimes tasty
Yeah,
snacks are danger blobs. Yep.
but
Erowyn.
Erowyn's really focused on the Myconids, so
I was gonna say I will allow someone to roll a nature check. In many ways, you'll probably do better if it's Erowyn. However, if Erowyn is really just chasing Myconids, then it may need to be you, Echo Fire.
oh yeah, Erowyn really only cares about the little cute mushroom people currently. She's upset that she's upset them, and she's trying to make friends with them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, look, it's a jelly blob. Who knows, Echo Fire? Who knows?
It's okay. I would have been not any better.
Wow.
Worst druid ever.
Worst druid ever. You guys didn't. Oh, yeah. Okay. No comment. Cool. All right. With a mix of you guys are not so stealthily entering this area, which is the larder, and obviously the fact that the little Myconid sprout has come in, and you guys could actually sense that it was distressed. So it wasn't talking to you, but you could sense that it was distressed and scared of you. And the other 3 little sprouts have dropped the things that they were doing. And all 4 of these sprouts are now headed up towards the stairs at the back of the cave.
All right, Erowyn, why don't you go follow the Myconids and I'll go poke the jelly blob.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We should definitely split our focus, and that way we'll get things done quicker. That's a good plan. So Erowyn's gonna follow the Myconids. and keep trying to reassure them with both verbalized platitudes and just serene, peaceful love vibes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Echo Fire's moved herself in closer to the jelly blobs, and I'm going to
Good.
go with Hobbs is just following up at this point. You guys have moved into here, and unfortunately, you want to know what those jelly blob things are? They're actually sturge nests. You guys remember sturges, don't you?
Burn them. Yeah. Good. Okay. That's okay. They're sleeping right now.
Oh no, they're not, because you just entered their land and they just woke
Oh.
up.
Good. Okay. And I just remembered that, in fact, this being a continuing combat, I have no spell slots left. Good. Okay. Good.
Cool. But what we're going to need to do at this point is roll for initiative, please. Fred wants to help. Initiative. That's a lot of sturges. You guys struggled with 2.
No, I'll be fine.
I'm hoping you've learned something this time.
Burn them. Of course, the fire boy's still outside too. Good.
Of course he is. Yep. Just rolling.
Hey.
Oh, there you go. Hobbs can roll his own initiative. Alright, what did we get for initiative? Echo Fire got a 19.
We made it slightly further into the cave, Jason, and then
Slightly.
the druid girl ran straight through the room, and we poked some nests, which may or may not have been edible, but certainly appear to contain a bunch of sturges, which are unpleasant. And I'm pretty sure, are they the ones that sap your strength, or they do something unpleasant to you, I think?
They're the ones that you met outside last time. They drain blood. Jason, I hadn't actually quite gotten around to rolling you initiative, so you may take over your character and do it yourself if you'd like. Then I'm not responsible for where you'd lie in that order.
I think he's just fixing his microphone.
That's okay. Alright, I'm gonna... Oh yeah, no, he's got it. We're good. 6. So... This sturge will go first. And it will fly to the nearest person, unfortunately. And it will roll to attack you. Echo Fire does a 15 hit.
Oof. Ouch.
Okay, so that's 5 piercing damage. And the sturge has attached itself to you.
Oh. Yuck.
And that is the end of its turn. And the beginning of yours.
Okay. I'm going to try and flick it off. Can I do a big shake?
Sure.
Should I do athletics?
You may just use... So removing it from you is essentially going to be an action. These are small enough that I am not going to make you roll to see whether or not you get it off. But flicking it off, pinching it off, shaking it off is just going to use your action.
Okay. And how many actions do I have? Just one?
You have one action. You can move. You can bonus action if you have bonus action.
Okay, I think I'm just going to shake this one off for now. And then when more are closer, I'm going to do something.
Okay. So using action to remove this sturge so it's not attached to you. And any bonus actions or anything?
No.
Are you going to bonus action yell out at Erowyn that you actually need help?
Hippie child, come on!
Alright, moving on to the next sturge, who has just seen you shake it off. So it's going to go and attack Hobbs. Hobbs. Does a 16 hit? I think you're muted. I think we are having microphone difficulties. I'm fairly certain a 16 does hit him. Check the character sheet while he works his microphone out.
The fancy tracking
Yes.
camera is working now.
Yes, it was working.
Yeah, is the sound working now?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got you.
yes, well done.
Okay, cool. I've got this fancy like pod mic and it's not working.
Oh, that's just
What's
rude.
the size of this stupid thing?
Oh my goodness, yes.
It's not the size of the mic that matters. Yeah.
I was really resisting making the joke, but yeah, no, someone had to do it. 16 hits, I think.
Yeah, it does.
Yep. So that's a 5
Yep.
piercing damage, and you now have a Sturge attached to you. And that's his go done. Oh, this is cruel. I'm just going to have to move your jelly blob sign. It's this guy next. I think that was him, wasn't it? Yeah, that one. With apologies, Echo Fire. Does an 8 hit?
Right.
Does it hit?
Oh, does it hit? Okay. Initially.
What's your AC? I swear it's more than 8.
Oh.
No,
I
you've got
have
an
no
AC of
idea.
12. No, you've got an AC
Okay.
of 12. So no, an 8 does not hit. Obviously, you're still shaking from having shaken off the other sturge, and this one can't quite manage to land. Which brings us to this sturge, who a 16. Ooh, a 16 will hit. Oh, this doesn't look good. 6 piercing damage.
Ouch.
She's not down yet. Which leads us on to this guy here has disappeared. Which leads us on to another sturge. Oh, it must be Hobbs's turn again. Oh, damn. This sturge rolled a crit. I'm going to assume a 25 hits you, Hobbs. And that's
Yeah.
an 8 piercing damage.
Oh.
I'm just gonna then this one heads up there. This one heads up there. We bring ourselves to Erowyn.
Hippie druid child does briefly look over her shoulder and then look ahead to the happy, smiling family of Myconids and then look back at the purple swarming nest of Sturges and her friends who are getting molested and back at the happy, smiling Myconids, sighs deeply and turns around and will pick one because I have no area of effect spell stuff left. It's all cantrip now. It is going to be Starry Wisp, and I'll just pick one of the ones that's attacking Echo Fire. What's that one that's highlighted yellow? Is that just because you've got it selected?
It'll be highlighted yellow. According to my thing, none are highlighted yellow at the moment, but it often highlights yellow when I'm hovering over it.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay, great. Pick one of them at random, and I'm gonna throw a Starry Wisp at it. 18 to hit,
And an 18 will hit.
and that causes 4 radiant damage.
And that causes 1 dead sturge.
Okay.
Nice.
And that's it. That's my turn. No movement, no bonus.
Cool. This sturge has noticed a new threat in the cavern. Erowyn,
course
does an
it did.
11 hit?
It does not.
Lucky.
Got that old druid shield.
Hobbs, your turn. You've got 1 sturge attached to you. 1 sturge your druid friend beautifully burnt off you.
I'm gonna go wail on the one that's attached to me.
I did. Now, you weren't here for the introduction this week, and I did offer a gentle reminder that it took you guys a while last time to realize that you didn't actually have to attack yourselves to get them off, and you could just pull them or flick them. It does use your entire action, It doesn't damage them.
Oh,
If you wish to attempt to actually attack it, you may, but keep in mind that you may miss and you may hit yourself. And that could be counterintuitive. I'm cool either way.
my need for violence.
Not all
I'm gonna
problems
roll it.
need to be solved with violence. I've been trying to teach my 5-year-old.
Hmm.
Yeah, he
I'll
probably
give you
shouldn't watch
violence.
this podcast.
Yeah, look, he turned around and he said, but mummy, my problems need violence. No!
Cool. So I'm gonna go give that a whirl. I'm gonna go chop at it. Did I hit it?
Are you rolling it? No, you do not.
Oh God! How did I miss? It fucking attached me.
You've got short little
Thankfully, you didn't hit yourself either at that roll. But
Oh, damn it!
cool. Any bonus actions? Or movement?
I don't think so. I don't think I've got anything. I don't think I've got any other tricks up my sleeve.
No.
Ugh.
This Sturge. A dirty 20 to hit Erowyn.
Ooh, wow, that'll hit.
That's his A6 piercing damage from the one in front of you.
Oh, okay. Erowyn doesn't look that great.
This little one here.
Did we get healing potions? Did someone give us healing potions before we took this trip?
You did get given some healing potions. Yes.
Who's got them?
I guess we'll find that out in a moment. Hey.
Yeah. Yep.
And another dirty 20 to hit Hobbs. With 6 piercing damage from your newest Sturge.
I just want to say that if Thorn is continuing to just bake Calamari through the screaming of us being molested by like a dozen Sturges, he's not really a true friend.
Look, I am aware that we would be thinking that, and given that I was assuming that you were actually screaming quite loudly, I have added him to the turn order, and he is about to start making his way into the cave.
Does he have the healing potions?
I don't know, but
I
if he doesn't, you guys have got the dynamite too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys do actually have an area of effect thing, and you could have done this.
Yeah, we could have blown up the old purple
You
blob.
could have.
Mm.
Alright, so he is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to action dash. And he's going to come up the back here being like, you guys are in trouble. Do you need pastries? But
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Healing pastries.
that was an action dash, so you are going to have to wait for next turn. Back to this Sturge, which is the one that Echo Fire had actually successfully knocked off. But it is going to try again, a 16 to hit.
Yeah. That hits.
That's a 6 piercing damage.
How do I see like my this all of this damage? Like how do I see how close I am to death?
You should be tracking it either in your D&D Beyond or on Roll20. Good for you is well, bad for you, depending on how you look at it. I'm tracking it on Roll20, and you had 2 hit points. So
Had
You-
was that
you
Very
started-
close to dead.
she started with 13.
Okay.
The first Sturge gave her 5. The second Sturge gave her 6. That left her with 2. This is her third Sturge attack, which means she is now unconscious. Echo Fire is unfortunately down.
Oh well.
Oh well. Death saves.
Oh, join the club.
Hobbs, how does your health look?
I'm very dead. Oh, I'm -3, aren't I?
I wasn't tracking yours, so are you? -3. Okay, yeah, then you're also unconscious.
Jeez.
Oh, guys, come on.
Oh well,
Okay.
I'm gonna go and live happily with the Myconids.
Echo Fire, it is your turn, which means you can do your first. What I'm going to do for you, because you're using your D&D Beyond sheet, aren't you? Okay, so what I've done is I've actually taken your health all the way down in D&D Beyond, which
Okay.
means that you can do your first death save. If you go into D&D Beyond, you should actually just be able to click on death saves and have it do it for you. So up in the top right where your health points, your hit points usually are, click on death saves. And you should have options to roll a death save. Like it'll come up with health, HP management, and you can click the roll button to get the first one.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And that was a success, which is good.
yep.
So you mark that off on your... I've just marked it off for you on your D&D Beyond as one of the successes. So you want 3 successes and then you'll be okay. Unless someone comes and helps you in the meantime. But given that
Okay.
one person is down and there are still sturges everywhere, let's... I'm not going to hold my breath yet. This sturge is looking for someone live and is quite uninterested in the fact that you look dead. So he's going to go...
They're not dead, they've still got blood in them.
Yeah, no, but he wants someone that's more alive. Unfortunately, that will hit. Hold on, let me just check on hit points. Okay, just taking some hit points off you. Okay, that's not very nice. Next sturge is that one there. Does a 12 hit, Erowyn?
No.
Lucky.
I mean, it'd be a short session.
Yeah. This sturge is going to come over here. That one misses. Whew. Okay, cool. Erowyn, you're up.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain that you guys did take 1 each when it came to the health potions.
Yeah, okay.
I did not check that you actually put them in your inventories.
Yeah,
Just
I
trusted you to
would
do it.
have, but I feel like we got an uneven number or something, and I would have said for the people who didn't have healing to take them, but
Oh, that sounds about right.
we'll go back and check the tape. But that was stupidly forgetting that I need spell slots to do healing. In any case, so this is BS. At this point, everyone's is looking around being like, the adults who are supposed to be like looking after me and keeping me safe here have gone and got themselves unconscious. And she's gonna swing her father's quarterstaff, Shillelagh, and 18 to hit at whichever one of them is, I don't know, the one straight in front of her.
Yep.
For the grand total of 5 bludgeoning damage.
That is a dead mosquito.
Glorious. So that was bonus action Shillelagh, and looking around at what is going on around her, she is her eyes are gonna flash and she's gonna look at the sky, and then her form is going to rapidly change into a giant, not a giant because she's only level 2, but a substantial sized black cat. It's a panther.
Oh.
She's gonna wild shape. And the panther does exist in Beyond if you want the sheet, but let's see actually if I click that, does that give us the, there you go. Oh no, that doesn't help us, that's just a description of wild shape. That's kind
I can look it up in Beyond anyway, but let us know what you plan to do with this one.
She's got 13 of the extra hit points, which is nice, and she's just going to take a bite attack against one of the other sturges. 14 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. That is 8 piercing damage from the panther bite.
That is another dead sturge.
Okay. And that's the end of her turn. Yeah, that's the end of her turn. She's going to stay there.
Well done. Well, the next sturge that was up, you killed. So that brings us back to Hobbs, if Hobbs would like to offer us his first death save. And that is a success. You can mark that off as a
Hooray!
success. That's 7 to hit.
That does not hit my Panther. He's fast.
Lucky.
Oh, he's
Alright.
really fast. I just looked. He's got 50-foot speed.
Nice.
Huh?
Alright. Thorn's turn. Give me a second because I'm just finding what I need on his actual.
Rich Blast.
Yeah, I was just contemplating how I was contemplating it.
You've played more. Had to go.
I rarely actually Eldritch Blasted. Yeah, it's Firebolt as well. But I was hoping for something that was going to do me some more area of effect stuff. But no. Doesn't look like it. Alright, I will kill that one. Sounds good. I literally could not roll low enough for this one not to die as long as I hit it. So that one's out. And he will move in with the one that's attached to him. Alright, this Sturge will therefore attempt to attack him. And an 11 misses, which brings us around to Echo Fire for your second death save.
Natural 20. Come on. She lives.
Yeah. She still lives. You can mark off your second death save as a success. That one's dead. This one is next to Erowyn but was not currently attached to her. Therefore, a 6 to hit is going to miss you. This one that is attached. 1d.
Was it attached when I wild shaped? Does it fall off because I changed shape?
You had damaged the ones that you've done damage the ones that were attached to you anyway. So the 2 that are there were not attached to you.
Awesome.
The one attached to Thorn has drained some of his blood and he's starting to look not quite as good himself at the moment. Which brings us back to Erowyn.
Okay. So Panther Erowyn looks around. So what I can see, there's 2 Sturges next to her and 2 next to the others.
Yep.
And she remembers at Druid School where they said apply your own ointment before applying ointment to others. And she's going to take a bite attack at whatever's close. A 6 will not hit.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. There's nothing else that she can do. She can't cast in this shape, and if she drops the shape, she has not enough health to fight 3 Sturges, so she's going to have to stay where she is.
Okay. Brings us to Hobbs. In time for your second death saving throw.
Hobbs the cold.
He's not cold yet. See? Still alive. Which brings us to that stir. And 11 to hit Erowyn.
Misses. Hang on. Wait, Panther. Hang on. Panther AC is... No, AC is 12. You're good.
Oh. Alright. Mr. Thorn the Baker is going to... Now, I'm not used to playing Thorn for him, so I'm just double checking. Yeah, so Thorn actually has... I'm going to try something here, because Thorn's got 2 weapon fighting, and he has 2 daggers. So I'm really hoping that Thorn could actually manage to be really fancy right now and get both of these in one go. Yep, so we hit one of them. What is that, a D4 piercing? Yep, okay, first one's down. That's that one. Is now dead. And can I hit the second one? Yes! Can I kill the second one? Okay. Thorn is actually amazing with daggers. Fancy that. That is good.
All those knife skills from his years as a sous
Actually,
chef.
no, that makes sense. Yeah, he does all the chopping and stuff. No wonder he's good with knives.
Yep.
So that brings us, that Sturge is deceased. All right. Echo Fire, your turn. You are up to your third death saving throw.
Oh, heck.
What do we get? Under 10?
Mhm.
Yep. 4.
Okay. Not a 1. And it's your first failure. So we'll chalk that up, pop it on the list. That Sturge is still alive. Okay, that Sturge wishes to attack Erowyn. That is a 10 to hit. You
Still
said
misses.
12, yeah. That Sturge is deceased, which brings us up to Erowyn, your turn.
Okay. Erowyn is going to bite again at the Sturge. Nope, that's the wrong wild shape form. 17 to hit.
That will hit a Sturge.
And that causes 5 damage.
Look, narratively, for that amount of hit and that amount of damage, I'm going to say you ate that Sturge, and that's going to give you a bonus action. You can attempt to hit the other one.
Okay. So the Panther's got a claw attack, which is functionally the same. There you go, 20 to hit with its claw.
Yeah.
It just bats the other one out of the sky.
So that hit.
And then that claw
It's
is
going to at least have a concussion.
Yeah, there you go, 5 points of claw damage.
Sturges are down.
Okay. She's going to use
For
her
now, we
move.
can drop out of initiative.
Yeah, okay. She's going to use her movement and her keen sense of smell, for which she has advantage on wisdom and perception checks, and try and smell who has the healing potions.
I love that. Given that we couldn't decide what we remembered and we are going to have to go back and look it up, I'm just going to say that you're able to find them.
Between Thorn and I, we're able to find them and dose the unconscious people first, and then
I think you're right. I think we had 3.
okay. So they've probably all got 1 each. So I'm okay currently for the next hour as long as I can stay a Panther.
For now, you can stay a Panther. How do you communicate with them when you're a Panther?
The same largely as Hobbs has been doing through the whole campaign. You point and growl at things.
I don't know. I thought Hobbs was reasonably articulate.
Yeah, no, that's fair. He is. No, she can get her point across. Just different levels of purring, pointing. She's got the Panther down pat.
Cool. So we can offer healing potions to the 2 who were down, which at least bring you back.
Is it just D4 plus 4 for the normal healing potion?
I can't remember which ones I gave you. Isn't it 2? No, it's not 2d4. It's 1d4 plus 2. Hold on. 1d4 plus 2? No, it's 2d4 plus 2. Yeah, it's 2d4 plus 2.
Okay. There you go.
Just
So
straight
everyone
up
else
potion of healing.
can have those delicious HP.
So does that mean we're at the point where I'm going to call it that Thorn is actually not going to risk healing at this point? He's going to suggest that we save the third one for now and make a joke about the fact that he could potentially bake something when the time comes. Actually, he might, given that we've brought this forward a little bit, he might reach into his pocket and ask if anyone wishes to try the fungal calamari. That's not a bad idea. He has a few pieces of fungal calamari, and you would be allowed to eat 1 per long rest. So if anyone would like a piece of fungal calamari, please let me know.
The
Thorn's
Panther,
going to tuck in.
the
So if
Panther
everyone
sniffs it,
Yeah, I'm down.
and then sits back and waits for everyone else to have their turn at it before.
Okay, Echo Fire, Hobbs, and Thorn, because he is going to eat some himself. Roll a d6, please. Thorn got a 2, and he just got himself some temporary hit points, so he's feeling great at the moment.
So what did I have to click?
If you could just roll a single
get
d6.
the-
You can do it from the dice over on the left-hand side if you need to, like over that side you can click on dice. Oh, Jason rolled a 6. Carmel rolled a 4. Okay. Echo Fire. You experience a mild euphoria. You feel floaty, content. If you need to do any saving throws in the next 10 minutes against being frightened or charmed, you will have advantage.
Some true shrooms.
Hobbs, do you actually have any spell slots?
Me? No, I can't.
Yeah, you're not a caster, are you, at all? No. Okay. Look, just
No.
as far as
Stabber.
you're concerned, just something about this fungal calamari tastes like home.
Okay.
Okay,
Erowyn,
the
Thorn
Panther's
offers
convinced. Yeah.
Thorn offers one more time before he goes to put it back.
Yeah, the Panther is convinced and will gently, a really well-trained show animal, take it out of his hand and sit back a few paces and dig a little bit at the ground and then consume the fungus. Yeah.
Wonderful. Would you like to roll a d6? Ah. Interestingly, you also feel like it tastes of home. And Erowyn, you regain 1 spent first level spell slot.
Oh, thank Jesus.
Well done rolling the 6.
Yeah.
I was
That's a
wondering if
ton.
that was too OP an option to offer you guys, and that was before I brought you into the Sturges.
Yeah,
Cool.
no, that was probably necessary. And with that, I think she'll drop her Panther form, and because now that she can heal if she needs to, she'll get out of that Panther form because it will be difficult to make the Myconids calm with a giant, terrifying Panther.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. And with that,
Speaking
she's
of
like, "Hey
which,
guys, mushrooms,
Yeah.
mushrooms."
Yeah.
And we'll write down for
Yeah.
later, giant purple jelly blob bat.
At least you're keeping notes. I appreciate that. But you're gonna learn. All right. So, does this mean pressing forward into the cave above?
Yeah, I think so. How are we for time?
I reckon we can probably start the cave above and then find a spot to leave it for next week.
Sounds good.
Okay, then Erowyn's at the top of the stairs, like looking at the Myconids and then looking back at everyone, being like, "Come on!"
And Thorn's come up to join you because he didn't realize that there was actually controversy over you rushing ahead like this.
Yeah.
So
You're like, "Come on! It's not like you were unconscious. Come on, let's go."
as you enter this circular chamber, 6 clusters of giant mushrooms are arranged in a rough circle around the cavern, and several human-sized mushroom folk stand in a circle in the center of the cave. And the smell here of sulfur is particularly strong. That one and that one. This one and this one move quickly towards you and activate their rapport spores to communicate telepathically with you all. And they are quite hostile. Essentially saying,
Do your thing.
we don't know who you are, but you get out.
Sorry, guys, it's a big misunderstanding. There was the fungus octopus Hank. He was a bit confused, and we've had to my friends had to restrain him, and then obviously the purple fungus thing that was a bit cranky in the other room, and then the Sturges. There's lots of Sturges. You guys have a Sturge problem. I'm not sure if you knew about that, but Tarek sent us. he told us to come and check on you, that he hasn't been able to get in. He gave us these food scraps to give you, and I'm so excited to meet real life Myconids. What are your names?
You are going to need to roll me a charisma check. You can obviously choose deception, intimidation, or persuasion, but I feel like this is a persuasion. On account of the fact that you both mentioned Tarek's name, I don't even need to tell you. I was going to say on account of the fact that you both mentioned Tarek's name and offered the
Food scraps.
would actually give you an advantage on this check. The DC was 20.
Yep. Natural 20, 423.
So if there was ever a time for the druid to druid, well done.
She's pouring out the charm right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the mention of Tarek, actually, because they were listening to you, and you could sense that they were just actually struggling to follow because you were rambling about excitement and misunderstandings and who the hell is Hank, but we can come back to that later. That they hear Tarek and they visibly relax in front of you, and as they visibly relax, you also realize that they actually look incredibly unwell and exhausted. And you also realize that the other 4 adult Myconids don't appear to be fully conscious. They're actually still and in a sort of trance-like state. But the one on the left will now communicate back with you and say, I suppose a friend of Tarek's is a friend of ours. So you've caused quite a ruckus getting in here. What brings you here? You said something about friends?
Yeah, Tarek was concerned because of the fungus octopus. That's Hank. That's who I was talking about.
Oh,
But,
the spore servant.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you guys asked him to be there or he just volunteered for that task, but he wasn't as friendly as I'd hoped he'd be.
Yes, no, he's not meant to be friendly. He's meant to keep intruders out. That's
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
that's the whole
I get
point.
that. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Something is wrong.
Yeah. You guys don't look well. Are your friends?
Our leader.
They look poorly. Are they unwell?
They're in it's a meld. It's a shared transcendent state. It's a trance, I think you would call it. We take turns in this cave, resting in a meld. We always have a couple in here, us two, who are awake and able to protect them if necessary from intruders. If you had been hostile, for example, we have to have 2 in here who are conscious, so we can have about 6 in here at any time, 4 in a meld, and 2 of us protecting them. There is something that's been going on, and we don't know, but we're all sick. Sinenza is our leader, and Sinenza fell ill, and there is a nasty smell in our caves that wasn't here before.
Oh, sorry. That's Hobbs hasn't showered. That might be Hobbs.
No,
He had a long trek through the bush.
your smell is new,
Wet cat.
but it is not the one I'm talking
Wet
of.
cat, yeah.
I also
Okay.
smell
When did it start?
calamari. Something smells. The crystal cave. Oh, I'm not very good with time. It's felt like a while now, but the crystal cave, that's where the smell was coming from. Sinenza went in to investigate, but came out so unwell. And so now we don't really know what's going on, and we're trying to tend to each other and tend to Sinenza. And
Are any of you You said that obviously you're all trying to heal. Is anyone, and everyone's looking around now to see if anyone's close to death, if anyone needs or would benefit from magical healing, even though she only just got that one spell slot back and she probably needs it for herself. If there's someone who looks pretty down, she would probably give that healing to them.
You roll me a check of some sort. Nature, medicine, survival.
Yeah, something. If I can, why can't I see any of my skills? Medicine. 21.
You look at the motley markings on these fungi, and you recognize something that you've seen before back home. Not perfectly recognize this is definitely it, but you've got an idea that this is some sort of blight. And you're fairly certain that the only thing that would actually save these myconids would be the blight ending.
Okay. Where is the crystal cave?
They point roughly west. So you would see that at the back of the cave that you're in now, there is a corridor sort of leading west, and there's a corridor up to the sort of northeast. And they would say, yep, where you've pinged, they would say that Sinensa is being guarded and tended to up in the northeast, and that the crystal cave is the one to the west.
Okay. And the sulfur smell, or the smell of rot and grossness that we got coming into the scourge, into the
It's
larder,
new. It didn't used
Is-
to be like this.
is it stronger where we are now?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to turn to the others. We need to fix whatever the problem is, but I don't think that we should just charge on. I think maybe we could have a little sit down and something to eat and maybe a short rest before we plunge into that. And I think if we're going to do that, we should do it probably where the air was clearest, maybe even back in the entrance chamber, because it smells like death in here.
Fire agrees.
And I convey that thought that
to
this
reflect
this
it.
chamber isn't safe to the Myconids, and offer the suggestion that they take their rest and their trance back in the open chamber closer to the entrance.
We would be worried about intruders. I mean, we did put the spore servant octopus down there to keep intruders out, but I think you might have kiboshed that plan.
You can come with us and we'll help you fight off intruders if anyone else comes.
That seems fairly reasonable. They will agree to accompany you back down to the entrance cavern. And in the entrance cavern, you may take your short rest. And I guess that will mean that when we come back next week, we're going to check out the crystal caves.
Yeah. That sounds like a good plan. Now,